Let's solve the following linear inequality. So we'll begin by rewriting our inequation as 5x minus 6 divided by x plus 6. We will transpose the 1 from the right hand side to the left hand side. We have negative 1. This is going to be less than 0. Now let's combine the two terms. We have a common denominator, which is x plus 6. In the numerator, we have 5x minus 6 minus x minus 6. So this is going to be less than 0. So 5x minus x, so this will be 4x, and negative 6 minus 6, so this is 12. So we have 4x minus 12, this is divided by x plus 6 with a value less than 0. Now to solve this linear inequality, before doing that, solving the linear inequality 4x minus 12 over x plus 6 less than 0 is the same as solving the original linear inequality. So let's box it and label it as equation number 1. Now what we'll do, we'll consider two cases. The two cases when this particular inequation holds. So we have a rational expression which is less than 0. So that would mean if we consider the numerator, which is 4x minus 12, to be a positive number, and we consider the denominator, which is x plus 6, to be a negative number. In that case, we have a positive number divided by a negative number, which makes it negative, and this particular inequality is going to hold. Now let's solve this linear inequality. Now we have 4x greater than 12 and x is less than negative 6. Now we'll divide both sides with 4. So this gives us x greater than 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Now when we divide by a positive number, which is positive 4 in our case, the sign of the linear inequality is not going to get affected. Now we have x less than negative 6. Let's try to find out a solution to this. For that, we are going to consider a number line. We'll consider the value 0. Then we'll have negative 6 and positive 3. The first one says that we have to consider all the values of x which is greater than 3. We will consider all the values of x which is lying to the right of 3. And we have to consider all the values of x which is less than negative 6. That means lying to the left of negative 6. Now, do we have any common value of x which satisfies both the condition? That's not possible. No matter what value of x we choose, there will be no intersection of solution which is lying to the right of left of negative 6 and to the right of negative 3. So here we have no common solution. So that means case number 1, simply it does not hold. Now what we'll do, we'll consider the second case, which is case number 2. This time we'll consider the numerator, which is 4x minus 12, to be a negative number, and we'll consider x plus 6, which is the denominator, to be a positive number. So that gives us 4x less than 12 and x is greater than negative 6. We have x less than 3 and x greater than negative 6. So let's consider our number line. On the number line, we have 0, negative 6 and 3. The first one tells us that x is less than 3. That means we have to consider all the values of x which is lying to the left of x equals to 3. That means less than 3. And x greater than negative 6 tells us we have to consider all the values of x which is greater than x equals to negative 6. So that means lying to the right of x equals to negative 6 and extending up to positive infinity. Now the common solution between them is this particular region, which is simply x lying between negative 6 and positive 3. So this is the only solution that is possible. So that means our solution to our given linear inequality is we have lying between negative 6 to 3, when we will use an open interval because the endpoints negative 6 and 3 are not part of the solution. The negative 6 comma 3 is one way of writing it, and the other way of writing would be x lying between negative 6 and positive 3.